Assalamu alaikum students. This is Tabassum Rahman Sanfi, lecturer of Biotechnology program, BRAC University. Welcome to my course, Industrial Biotechnology or BTE 306. Well, this might be the day when we can meet up in person, or it might be our first class of the summer semester of this year. However, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, it is really unfortunate that we have to go online, and now we are in this virtual section for the class. Welcome again, and I hope all of you and your family members are in good health. Well, before starting the lecture, I shall give you a brief description about the contents of our course. As you know that it is a core course of Biotech program. So we have to know the A to Z procedures or the A to Z pros and cons of industrial biotechnology. Our lectures will start with the steps that are required to process or conduct any biotechnological approach to have a commercially value-added product. So in the first few lectures, we'll know all the steps from inoculum preparation to product harvest and purification. After finishing all the steps, we'll have a review class, and then we'll proceed towards the application of industrial biotechnologies as well as the recent advancement in this sector. So let's jump to the first lecture, which is inoculum development for industrial fermentation. Here in the title, you can see several words that might be familiar or unfamiliar to you all. The first word is inoculum. Inoculum is such thing that should be or that might be inoculated or incorporated within our fermenter or within the whole system. That means inoculum is a thing or a weapon or whatever it is that we'll have to incorporate to carry out our whole reaction procedure. Another important term is industrial fermentation. You all know what is fermentation. Well, fermentation basically the conversion of a specific chemical substance into another chemical substance by the use of certain microorganisms. This can either be bacteria, fungus, or any other microbial cells. Well, these microorganisms or living agents that are converting our raw material into our desired products are the basic inoculum. And this inoculum preparation or inoculum production is the critical stage in any industrial fermentation procedure. Now you might have a question why this is the critical stage, because in case of industrial procedure there are so many important or so many sophisticated steps we'll see later. However, this is the first step that should be done with utmost sincerity, because the microorganism we are using or preparing for carry out the whole reaction is a basic weapon or the main warrior for the whole step. So if any blunder in either choosing the microorganism or giving them proper condition to grow occur, this will ultimately cause great profit loss or great reduction of our further final yield product. Now the second point here stated that one loopful or one loop of cell line requires a prolonged period. If it is directly introduced into a fermentation, it might take a long time to conduct the whole reaction. Suppose you are designing an industrial procedure to have certain types of compounds. Either it can be a pharmaceutical compound, medicine, whatever it is. If you know that there are certain bacteria or certain yeast that is required to carry out the whole reaction, and if you put the raw microorganism or from sample into the fermenter, this might take a longer amount of time to give you the ultimate product. But this is not the rule of any industrial or commercial application. In case of industrialization or in case of industrial production, we must keep in mind one thing, that we have to produce something or produce the best thing within a minimum amount of time using the lowest amount of raw material, and of course maintaining the high quality of the product. That is why we first have to prepare or manipulate the whole microorganism so that it will carry out the reaction as early as it is possible. And hence, inoculum preparation requires a stepwise procedure and maintenance of the media volume. Now let's see what is this media. Here you can see the constituent of inoculum media. In our latter chapter, we'll have brief discussion or elaborate discussion of media preparation. But for now, just know that media is certain place or certain constituents or certain combination of chemical composition where all the proper or basic needs to a microorganism to grow is added. And the main thing of any media is carbon source of nitrogen, growth factors and minerals. So here from the definition you can see that an inoculum is a mixture of cultured microbes along with media in which it is growing. So the microorganism that we choose for our whole procedure, first we have to let them grow in a particular media, and this media and the microorganism together is called the inoculum. Another important factor we have to keep in mind while preparing an inoculum is the buffering capacity or the maintenance of pH. If optimum pH is not maintained properly, this might cause the microbes to give false reaction or the microbial cells to rupture or lysate rapidly, such as an anaerobic microorganism that require a certain amount of acidic pH to grow, and the pH of the media is above 7 or nearly 7. This will greatly reduce the amount of yield production. That is why we have to maintain the pH by applying several buffers. One example is given here, which is calcium carbonate. In most cases, calcium carbonate is added to the media to balance the pH. Due to the reaction of certain microbes, the pH of the media sometimes reduces in such level that it creates a high amount of acidity. That is why calcium carbonate is added to mitigate the acidity and create an optimum pH for the microbial cells to grow. Another fact that you might have, or it is a great obstacle in case of any inoculum or media preparation: foaming. A very common example of foaming you can see in case of beating an egg or shaking milk. And this foam generation is due to the protein content within that particular food. We all know that beating an egg will create huge amount of foaming. Similar is the case in case of shaking a milk, because both egg and milk have high amount of protein content that ultimately led to the formation of foam. Here in the formation of media, we add some protein source for the microbes to grow properly, both for their structural growth and their other necessaries. So here also the shaking or rotating of the media, including the microorganism, create foaming. But a foam generation is a great hindrance that we must avoid. But foaming is such a problem that cannot be avoided, but we have to balance this. For the foaming to inhibit, we can add some defoamers. One example is given here, which is oil mixed with, here you can see oil mixed with octadecanol, and this defoamer is used in case of penicillin fermentation. We all know that penicillin is produced by the fungus Penicillium notatum, and it is a secondary metabolite. So for that we need to add some oil that is mixed with octadecanol in order to prevent the foam generation. And the final important factor is consistency. Consistency is another important thing. Consistency is whether your media is either liquid or it is a viscous media. Now let me give you a practical example. In case of cooking something or in case of baking something, for example a cake baking, you have to prepare the batter, and the efficient or successful baking of the cake depends on the consistency of that batter. If it is too much liquid, it will become too much fluffy. If it is too thick, it won't give us a proper fluff. That is why a consistency or maintaining a balanced consistency is very important to have a successful end product. Here in case of maintaining accurate consistency, proper aeration and agitation is a must thing. That means we have to maintain proper aeration system That means air supply should be uniform all over the media, and agitation. It can be either mixing, stirration, or rotation in a certain speed. If it is too speedy, it will cause the breakdown of certain microbial cells. If it is too slow, it will never give us the proper consistency. So what we need a proper aeration and agitation system to make the balanced consistency of the media. So we have seen four basic things in case of inoculum preparation. First, we have to choose the ideal microorganism. Then we have to create a media using mandatory components such as carbon source, nitrogen source, growth factor, minerals, and there are several other things that we learn in our latter chapter. Then we have to keep in mind certain factors. One is maintaining a proper pH system. Then we have to avoid, or we have to keep the quantity of foam in a minimum amount. And the final thing is to maintain the proper consistency by applying appropriate aeration and agitation system. Now in the latter portion, we'll know or we'll see the steps that are involved in case of inoculum development for industrial fermentation procedures.